All right, Josh, August 23rd, you're fighting on Contender Series. I feel like it's a long time waiting. What does this opportunity symbolize for you?
It just symbolizes just all the hard work and effort I put into it. I've been in the game for quite a while now, and I just reaping the fruits of my labor right now. I'm excited for this opportunity to perform at a world stage platform.
All right. Well, the guy that you're going to face, Cameron Saaiman, he's a champion in South Africa, a young kid, undefeated, has a pretty high finishing rate. What is your breakdown of him and the style of fighting that he brings?
I mean, he's a tough kid. Like he definitely has a chip on his shoulder. He comes from I guess a good school. He's game, but in reality, who has he fought? A bunch of bums. So once he realizes that he's in the cage with a completely different animal, my distancing, my timing is better. He's gonna be flustered, and then I'm just gonna take him down or whatever I want to do and drown him.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Him only fighting in South Africa, right, and not really going out of his country to compete. Will that hinder him? And do you feel like that will hinder him?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good for his local, circuit, but
Mhm.
he's gonna jump into the world stage. Like I've been traveling around the world, trained with the best currently in the world. Like it's a whole different level, and then there's levels to this game, just like what Bisbings and the Cormiers would say. There's levels to this game.
Who are you training with nowadays?
I train with like world class coaches and great training partners that are around my class and a little bit heavier. So I train with Jason Park for striking, Brian Popejoy. Uh, Down in San Diego, I train with Justin Flores, Johnny Faria, Jake Husselgrave. It's just like high level striking and high level grappling.
So you make the trip from San Diego to LA back and forth for your
Yeah,
camps?
yeah, I make the commute. Like every other week, I'm in San Diego and in LA. It sucks, but I mean it's worth it.
Yeah, you got to find the right combination of coaches, right, for yourself that fit
Yes,
you
sir. Yeah,
perfectly.
and then I mean even though like you find the right combination of coaches, it's just like you're the one that has to like put the pieces together because they're only good at their niches, and then like as a mixed martial artist, you have to be the one that be able to express it and integrate it together.
Something that interests me is how you guys connected with Dr. Jason Park. Jason Park, he's a guy that I've been watching for a long time, a great coach. How did you guys link up?
Um, I've known Jason for quite a while now. I think we linked up because I started training at Alliance Jiu Jitsu in San Diego on Miramar Road, and he would come down and train with a couple of the guys over there, like Suni Imhotep, and we just got connected, and then we just kept in touch and started training with each other. And like I love his style. I love the way he holds. I love the way that he articulates the game. He's definitely one of the great minds for the sport.
Yeah, without a doubt. And how has it been evolving with him with your striking? Because you come from a striking background, so you know what I mean. Like when you work with a coach, a striking coach, sometimes they can help you, sometimes they can't.
Yeah. It can't. I mean, but we my brother and I we have our accolades too, and the
Mhm.
everything that we've learned coming up in the game. Like I also forgot to mention that we did train with the best in the world. Like Matt Hume, Demetrius Johnson, Alexander Volkanovski. And everyone out in Australia. It's Joe Lopez. It's we've had the blessing to be able to like add a lot of the tools into our arsenal, and with Jason he just helps like refine our technique. And it's crazy because everyone that we've met and that we've been around, they never want to subtract anything from us. They just always wanted to just add and add and add, and so it's just like bacteria put in a petri dish and then we just grow organically. So
Yeah. For sure, for sure. Like you said, you mentioned you've been around the best. You know what I mean? Yeah, being around Joe Lopez and Volkanovski, you guys went over to Australia a few years back. How was that whole trip for you and your brother?
The trip was amazing. Like Australia is honestly like a hidden gem. It's very very beautiful over there. Um, we went to Sydney, flew into Sydney, and then we stayed over at Bondi for a little bit. Then we went down to Gregory Hills, trained with Whitaker and his team, and then we went down to Wollongong and trained with Alex and his team. It was great too. We got to go down to Melbourne and watch the fight over at Marvel Stadium when Izzy took the belt from Whitaker. That was
Yeah.
insane. That was an insane moment in MMA history.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah, being around those people is definitely going to help you. And going back to your fight against Cameron, man, like when you get an opponent, how do you study your opponent? What is your approach?
Um, like everyone does the film studying, like it's a normal thing too. But like at the end of the day, you know, Cameron comes in. I see his strengths, I see his weaknesses, but what really has to happen is he has a prep for me. I'm the one that's the anomaly. I'm the one that's going to be like unpredictable. My ability to articulate the movements is going to be completely different than anything he's ever faced and anyone that he's going to ever train with in South Africa or whoever in the world. Like I'm one of a kind. My brother is one of a kind, and we're a force to be reckoned with.
I want to talk about your only loss, which is probably not a loss, but the, it was a weird situation at LFA 127. I wanted to get your side of like what exactly happened and what you thought transpired.
I just want to say, like, Arnold Jimenez, he is a great guy, phenomenal fighter. And what happened was that, I threw elbows that hit the back of his head. And it's not like I was intentionally doing it, I just reacted. I'm in a fist fight with somebody, and it's just an instinctual thing that happens. And the ref, Frank Trigg, deemed it as I did it intentionally, and it was just the whole thing was weird because when I hit him, he fell, and then he got right back up, and then stormed right after me, and then
Mm.
Trigg like stopped him in his tracks and pinned him against the cage. I thought that at least I would get like point deduction, or at least get like spoken to. I didn't know I was gonna get immediately disqualified because the way that Arnold popped up, I thought he was ready to fight again, and then
Yeah,
next thing I knew, I was disqualified. So
yeah, that's. I'm just gonna say it. That's a shitty situation, man. Because
yeah, I feel bad because like I was a lot of people's parlays. I just screwed
Mhm.
their bets up.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that
Yeah,
online as well on
yeah,
Twitter. After your fight, everybody's like, "What the hell's going on?" You know what I mean? Like, I just had him on my parlay, or I just bet him straight up, and it just ruined everything.
yeah.
Um,
I feel. I mean, to all the people who bet on me, I'm sorry. That will not happen again. I'll make sure I frame and elbow him properly. So he's out.
for sure. Well, you came back 2 months later and got a first round finish, so you erased that real quick.
Yeah, yeah, Benji. I appreciate Benji for stepping up. It's a quick little turnaround tune-up fight
Mhm.
for this challenge coming up next.
For sure. And a few weeks back, I think it was the first week of Contender Series this season, Dana White, he came out and said that he doesn't watch any of the fights, previous fights of yours or whoever's competing on
Mm-hmm.
Contender Series, and he only judges you on that performance on that night. How does that alter your mentality heading into this fight?
I mean, it's just like I'm an artist,
Mm,
and my my expression and for people to just see it live firsthand is like it's second to none. You can't replace that. So I want people to watch me for the first time and be awed and
mm,
be surprised. Like, who is this kid? Like I want to shock the world every time they watch me, and I don't care about like my artwork speaks for itself, and then I don't care about the last fight or the previous fights after that. It's always it's always a new fight coming up, you know, that I want to learn and showcase everything that I've learned, you know, because I'm always evolving as a martial artist.
So how do you envision yourself winning this contract?
I envision myself winning this contract by just, you know, like just being me, you know, like being my unpredictable, funky, flamboyant self, and just shocking the world again.
Yeah, it seems like there's a few guys that came out of Contender Series with highlight reel finishes, and it just allowed them to, rocket up into the UFC. And you've seen it, right? With even Sean O'Malley, right? Sean O'Malley, he gets that highlight reel finish, he gets into the UFC and continues to knock things down. And now he's fighting Peter Yan, right? So there's a lot of opportunity for these Contender Series guys.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be a real test for O'Malley against
Mhm.
Hyon, because Hyon is he is like one of the best that plays this game in the sport. So
All right, man. August 23rd, Contender Series, Las Vegas. Josh, you're back in action. Can't wait to see it, man. Thank you so much for the time.
yes, sir. I can't wait to perform and show everyone what I'm about.